How to stop nighttime urination naturally and sleep peacefully. Again. Important medical disclaimer. The information provided in this comprehensive guide is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, can be a symptom of underlying medical conditions such as diabetes, heart failure, sleep apnea, prostate enlargement, neurological disorders, or medication side effects. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making significant changes to your diet, supplement regimen, sleep habits, or exercise routine, especially if you have pre-existing health conditions or are taking prescription medications. Natural approaches can be highly effective for functional, lifestyle-related, or mild physiological nocturia, but they are not a substitute for professional medical evaluation when red flag symptoms are present. Introduction. Reclaiming. The night waking up 1, 2, 3, or even more times each night to urinate is far more common than most people realize. It is a quietly disruptive condition that fractures sleep, drains daytime energy, and gradually erodes quality of life. In medical terminology, this phenomenon is called nocturia, defined as the need to wake up at least once per night to void. While occasional nighttime trips to the bathroom after a late evening glass of water are completely normal, persistent nocturia signals an imbalance somewhere in the intricate system that governs fluid regulation, bladder function, circadian, biology, and sleep architecture. For millions of adults, nocturia is not just an inconvenience. It is a chronic sleep disruptor that contributes to daytime fatigue, brain fog, mood instability, reduced physical performance, and even increased risk of falls, metabolic dysfunction, and cardiovascular strain. The frustration is compounded by the fact that many people are told to simply live with it or are prescribed medications that come with their own side effects, without ever exploring the root lifestyle, dietary, hormonal, or behavioral factors that may be driving the problem. The good news is that nocturia is highly responsive to natural, non-pharmacological interventions when approached systematically. The human body is designed to concentrate urine at night, reduce bladder sensitivity during sleep, and maintain uninterrupted restorative cycles. When these natural mechanisms are disrupted, they can often be restored through targeted lifestyle modifications, circadian alignment, pelvic floor rehabilitation, dietary adjustments, stress management, and evidence-supported botanicals and nutrients. This guide is designed to be a comprehensive, step-by-step roadmap for understanding why nocturia occurs, how it interacts with sleep, and exactly what you can do naturally to reduce or eliminate nighttime awakenings. You will learn the physiology behind nighttime urine production, the hidden triggers in modern lifestyles, the science of bladder-brain communication, and a structured protocol that integrates fluid management, sleep hygiene, natural supplements, and behavioral training. Whether your nocturia stems from aging, hormonal shifts, dietary habits, fluid timing, stress, or a combination of factors, this guide will equip you with the knowledge and tools to regain uninterrupted sleep and wake up feeling truly restored. 2. Understanding nocturia. The science behind nighttime urination. To effectively address nocturia, it is essential to first understand how the urinary system and sleep biology normally work together during the night. Nocturia is not a single disease. It is a symptom that can arise from multiple physiological pathways. Medical researchers typically categorize nocturia into 4 primary mechanisms. Global polyuria. Excessive urine production over a 24-hour period, often due to high fluid intake, diabetes, or certain medications. Nocturnal polyuria. Disproportionate urine production, specifically at night. This is the most common cause of nocturia in adults, especially those over 50.3. Reduced bladder capacity. The bladder cannot hold a normal volume of urine, leading to frequent urges even when total urine output is normal. Causes include overactive bladder, inflammation, pelvic floor dysfunction, or prostate enlargement. Mixed or sleep disordered. Nocturia. When sleep fragmentation itself triggers awakenings, and the person voids out of habit rather than true physiological need. Sleep apnea is a classic example where oxygen drops trigger hormonal shifts that increase nighttime urine production. Normal nocturnal physiology. During healthy sleep, several coordinated processes reduce the need to urinate. Antidiuretic. Hormone, ADH vasopressin. Secreted by the pituitary gland, ADH signals the kidneys to reabsorb water, concentrating urine and reducing volume. ADH levels naturally rise at night, peaking during deep sleep. Melatonin. Beyond regulating sleep-wake cycles, melatonin influences renal sodium handling and supports ADH release. It also reduces bladder contractility. Autonomic nervous system shift. During non-REM sleep, parasympathetic tone increases, promoting relaxation of the detrusor muscle, bladder wall, and reducing urgency signals. Circadian blood flow redistribution. When lying down, fluid that accumulated in the legs during the day returns to the bloodstream via venous return. The kidneys filter this extra volume, but in healthy individuals, ADH and renal compensation prevent excessive nighttime urine. When any of these systems are disrupted, nocturia emerges. Aging naturally reduces ADH secretion, diminishes bladder elasticity, and alters sleep architecture, which is why nocturia prevalence increases with age. However, age alone is not a sentence. Lifestyle, environment, and physiological habits heavily influence how severely these changes manifest. The kidney-bladder-brain axis, urination, is not merely a mechanical process. It is a highly coordinated neuroendocrine event. Stretch receptors in the bladder wall send signals via pelvic nerves to the spinal cord and then to the pontine micturition center in the brainstem. When the bladder reaches a certain volume, the brain receives the full signal. During wakefulness, the prefrontal cortex can override this signal temporarily. During sleep, the threshold for waking is higher, but if the signal is strong enough, or if sleep is already fragmented, awakening occurs. In nocturia, this threshold is often lowered due to bladder irritation, inflammation, nervous system hyperarousal, or disrupted circadian signaling. Additionally, the kidneys may produce more urine at night due to fluid shifts, hormonal imbalances, or dietary factors. Understanding this triad, kidney output, bladder capacity, and brain arousal, is key to targeting the right natural interventions. Defining problematic. Nocturia, while waking once per night is common and often benign, clinical guidelines consider 2 or more awakenings per night as clinically significant nocturia. The International Continence Society emphasizes that nocturia becomes a health concern when it causes daytime fatigue or cognitive impairment, increases risk of falls, especially in older adults, reduces quality of life or mood stability, interferes with work, relationships, or physical activity, is accompanied by other symptoms like pain, burning, blood in urine, sudden weight changes, or swelling. Recognizing where your nighttime urination falls on this spectrum helps determine whether lifestyle modifications are sufficient or if professional evaluation is warranted. Third, common causes and contributing factors. Nocturia rarely stems from a single cause. More often, it is the result of multiple overlapping factors that compound over time. Identifying your unique contributors is the first step toward natural resolution. 1. Fluid intake patterns. The timing, type, and volume of fluids consumed directly impact nighttime urine production. Many people drink most of their water in the afternoon and evening, unaware that it takes 1 to 3 hours for fluids to be processed by the kidneys. Consuming large volumes within 3 to 4 hours of bedtime virtually guarantees nighttime awakenings. Additionally, beverages with diuretic properties, caffeine, alcohol, certain herbal teas, increase urine output and irritate the bladder lining. Tax 2. Dietary triggers. Certain foods and nutrients influence bladder function and kidney filtration. High sodium intake. Excess salt increases blood volume and triggers thirst, leading to more fluid consumption. Sodium also affects ADH sensitivity and can cause peripheral edema, which shifts fluid to the kidneys when lying down. High evening protein. Protein metabolism produces urea, which acts as an osmotic diuretic, drawing water into the urine. Bladder irritants. Citrus, tomatoes, spicy foods, artificial sweeteners, and acidic beverages can inflame the bladder mucosa, lowering the threshold for urgency. Sugar and refined carbohydrates. Blood sugar spikes increase osmotic diuresis. Even mild insulin resistance can alter renal sodium handling and fluid balance. 3. Age-related physiological changes. As we age, several changes increase nocturia risk. Declining ADH production. Older adults often lose the natural nighttime surge in vasopressin. Reduced bladder capacity. The detrusor muscle becomes less elastic, and involuntary contractions increase. Prostate enlargement, BPH. In men, an enlarged prostate obstructs urine flow, causing incomplete emptying and frequent urges. Pelvic floor weakening. In women, childbirth, menopause, and aging reduce pelvic support, contributing to stress, incontinence, and urgency. Altered sleep architecture. Less deep sleep means easier awakening from bladder signals. 4. Underlying medical conditions. While this guide focuses on natural manage.